Toledo, 13 Action News starts now.
Well, as we head into cold and flu season, you might be looking for
If
vaccines.
you want a COVID shot, you may run into some confusion about where you can get them and whether insurance will cover the cost. Vaccines are the big story today.
Well, last month, the CDC panel, handpicked by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., voted to end the agency's formal recommendations on the COVID-19 vaccine. That's leaving the decision to Americans themselves. The members also voted again, suggesting states require prescriptions for the COVID vaccine. The panel has been accused of choosing vaccine skepticism over science. Now, one doctor, who is an observer but not a voting member, says the decision sends the wrong message.
There's a big difference between saying we recommend versus get it if you want. So these vaccines are safe and effective, and they should be recommended strongly, especially for those most vulnerable patients.
The acting CDC director still needs to approve the changes, which could affect both availability and cost. The government says COVID shots will remain covered by federal insurance, and private insurers plan to cover them at least through 2026.
The move comes after a separate decision by the FDA in late August to only approve the COVID vaccine for people considered high risk or those 65 and older. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the FDA's decision does not affect the availability of COVID vaccines for those who want them. At a news conference last month, Leavitt said the administration believes in individual choice, adding that that's a promise both the president and RFK Jr. have made and delivered on.
So all the back and forth, it's created some confusion surrounding who's actually eligible to get the shot this fall.
13 Action News anchor Alexandria Manthe spoke with a Defiance woman who says she has struggled to get her vaccine this year. She joins us live this afternoon. Alexandria.
Yes, Tina and Tony, the woman I spoke to says that not only is she pregnant, but she also is diabetic and has an autoimmune disease. The CDC recommends that pregnant women and those with an underlying condition stay up to date with their COVID vaccinations. So Samantha Stripe tells me she set out to get her shot. She says that she scheduled an appointment at the Meijer Pharmacy in Defiance. She says the pharmacist called her the next day saying that she needed a prescription. So her doctor called her one in. But once again, she got a call from the pharmacy, this time saying Meijer Corporate had told them, quote, out of an abundance of caution, they were no longer accepting prescriptions.
I just don't understand why I can't get one if I need one. And if I want one, it seems like it's my right to choose whether I get a COVID shot or not. And I'm doing it to protect myself, to protect my daughter, to protect my family.
Now, I reached out to Meijer Corporate. A spokesperson said they couldn't comment on specific patients, but said that it's likely that Stripe requested a vaccine during a time when many providers were hesitant to provide them as they were working to understand those CDC guidelines. Now, they said that Meijer is giving shots to individuals 5 years of age or older without a prescription, but many pharmacies in our area have different eligibility restrictions. I'll have more on that tonight on Action News at 5:30. Tony.
Alexandria Manthe reporting live for us this afternoon. We reached out to the Toledo Lucas County Health Department to see how it is handling the changes. The spokesperson tells us the department has not received guidance from the CDC, so as of right now, they are not offering the COVID vaccine.
And it's not just the COVID-19 vaccine in the spotlight right now. Last month, the CDC's vaccine panel voted against changing the current guidelines for newborns receiving the hepatitis B vaccine. That decision coming just one day after the panel voted to no longer recommend a vaccine that fights measles, mumps, rubella, and chickenpox to children under the age of 4. Larry Bouchon is both a doctor and a former Indiana congressman. He says he understands the Trump administration's philosophy to allow people to have more choice on vaccines, but says it's important that people still get immunized.
These have saved millions and millions of lives, and it's really probably dangerous not to have large swaths of children not vaccinated, because then we're going to lose herd immunity in all of our communities and put everyone at risk.
Now, the panel could make new hepatitis B vaccine recommendations at a future meeting.
A new poll reveals just how many parents are now choosing not to vaccinate their children. The Washington Post finds 1 out of 6 parents, about 16%, have either delayed or skipped some of the standard vaccines for their kids. The survey also shows 9% of parents now say they have opted out of the MMR vaccine, which protects against measles, mumps, and rubella. Parents who skipped the vaccine cited concerns about side effects, a lack of trust in safety, and a belief that not all recommended vaccines are necessary.
we see that misinformation is still an issue. And this shows us that we still need to do some education when it comes to the schedule and why kids are getting the shots that they are when they are.
The poll also finds parents most likely to opt out of child vaccines were Republicans, younger parents, and those who homeschool their children.
Well, all 50 states and Washington, D.C. do have laws requiring certain vaccines for students to attend school. And states are also allowing certain exemptions for religious or personal reasons. So let's take a look at this map. It shows what's happening across the country. It's from the National Conference of State Legislatures, and it shows what exemptions are allowed in every state. The darker green states that you see here only allow religious exemptions. Yellow states only allow personal exemptions. Now, the lighter green states, including both Ohio and Michigan, allow both. And the states that you see scattered around in orange do not allow any exemptions.
Some states are considering ending vaccine mandates altogether. Last month, Florida's Surgeon General announced the state is doing just that. Public health officials say more states could follow suit. Ohio is not one of them. Governor Mike DeWine's office says state health leaders will continue following the decades of science that show vaccines are safe. But that's not stopping lawmakers from trying to change Ohio's vaccine policies. House Bill 112 would make it illegal to discriminate against someone who refuses to get a vaccine. The proposal was introduced in February, then referred to the Judiciary Committee. The roadblock for the bill will likely be Governor DeWine. He's been a longtime supporter of vaccines and has previously vetoed legislation that he deemed to be against public health.
And if you're just joining us,